Hi YouTube, and thanks for joining me, Emma Louise Hamilton at the Amazon Dream. This video is going to be a Q&A all about Amazon and the questions that came from people who asked them in the Amazon Facebook group. I will link that group below in case after this you have any further questions and want them answered in a future video. So there's a wide range of questions varying from how to get ungated, how to source products, how to find out if you're due for long-term storage fees, and a lot more. There's also a lot of questions about wholesaling, so what I have done is created a cheat sheet with the top suppliers to use to get ungated in certain categories. So make sure you watch till the end to get all that great information. So the first question is by Mabs, who asks, how do you track sales for retail arbitrage? Is there any alternative to Fecha? So the three main tools out there today which will enable you to track your sales and also automate the bookkeeping and finance part of your Amazon businesses are 1. Fecha, 2. AMZ Ping, and 3. Hello Profit. And they are all pretty similar in what they can do. The difference is how they look on the interface and also the price points in each and the subscription services. My preference is Fecha just because you can do a free trial and sign up without entering your credit card details, which is a big must for some. And the price point of Fecha is pretty cheap for somebody who's just starting out. Therefore, I personally recommend Fecha. However, I will put the links for each one in the description box below and you can have a look and see which one suits you from your price point and also whether you want to do a free trial for either of those programs. So the next question is from Priska, who asks, where do you get inventory from in the UK? How do you label and how do you find approved wholesalers? I will leave the wholesaler question until a bit later on because I've got a few about wholesalers and I will bungle all those together. But in terms of finding inventory in the UK, I would say some retail stores include Boots, Superdrug, Smiths, Tesco, Asda, Argos. Any sorts of high street store, you can actually find deals in those shops. So what I would suggest is signing up to their mailing list so that you get their newsletter and you are notified of any sales that they have. That is a great way to find inventory in the UK. In terms of labelling, I highly suggest the free training by the Secret Wealth Project. That is what I used when I was first starting and I needed to know how to label my products. So I will link that below in the description, and as I say, it is a free training and it is also hosted on YouTube. So definitely check out the Secret Wealth Project free training on how to label your products. So the next question is from Mabs, who asks, how do you track inventory that may be due for long-term storage fees and how much will it be? Long-term storage fees exist in Amazon as a way to motivate you to sell products which haven't sold or to remove them from the fulfillment centre, because Amazon by FBA is exactly that, fulfillment by Amazon. Amazon actually want to send your products out to the customers and it is not intended to be somewhere to store products for a long-term basis. However, if your items haven't been sold, you may be hit with what is called a long-term storage fee. The long-term storage fee is calculated twice a year on the 15th of February and the 15th of August. So there are a few ways to track your products to see if they are due for long-term storage fees. These include both manual and automated. So for automated, that will be a program such as Repricer Express, which does come at a charge, but as I say, it is automated and easy to use. Alternatively, you could do it the manual method, is by using the Inventory Health Report. And to find this, simply go into Sellers Central, type in Inventory Health Report, and then your report will come up. And it will tell you how many items you have which are due for long-term storage fees. I've actually gone into Amazon Central and took a screenshot of my health report to show you an example, and I will just insert it into the screen here. As you can see, I have got some long-term storage fees coming up for the 6-month mark, and that is because I've been selling for about 6 months. So the storage fees are based on a daily average and they vary between low season and high season. So low season is from January to September and that is charged at 48 pence per cubic foot metre, whereas in high season that will be charged at 68 pence per cubic foot metre. Just to mention, these will be changing in August where new fees will be coming out for the long-term storage fees. So what I will do is endeavour to do a video before that when all the information is being released, so that you get that information first. So once you have assessed your inventory health report, if you do have some items which are due to be hit with a long-term storage fee, you have various options. You can either pay the additional long-term storage fee if you just want to leave it in the fulfillment centre and see if it will sell. Alternatively, you can create a removal order, which means your item will be removed from the Amazon fulfillment centre. You can then either list it as fulfillment by merchant on Amazon, where you will fulfill the order yourself. Alternatively, you can list it on eBay or another selling platform. The next question comes from Abby, who asks, when you private label and the item is already on Amazon, can you sell on that listing, or do you need to create your own? So when you're private labeling, you will need to create your own listing. You shouldn't jump on somebody else's listing. And when you create your own listing, you can look at other sellers who you are competing with to see how you can improve that listing. So could you have better lifestyle pictures? Could you bundle something in like a free ebook to make you stand out from the crowd? Could you add in another item to your product? Could you add more quality bullet points which say what the product is? Can you add keywords, further keywords to the listing so you show up in searches? There are various ways to improve on the listings. So what I would do is look at your competitors' listings, see what you can improve on. Also look at the feedback on your competitors' listing and see how others have suggested to make that product better, and you implement that for your product, create your own listing and go out there and sell. So we have a question from Priska, who asks, what is arbitrage? So arbitrage is a method of going out there to find products. You can either do online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, and it's a tactic whereby you buy products at a lower price and then you resell them on Amazon at a profit. Now I will jump into the wholesalers questions. There's quite a few, so I will try and break them down and answer them as succinctly as possible. So Ariella asks how to use approved wholesalers to get ungated. So what I would say, if you're trying to get ungated, is to use tried and tested wholesalers. So what I've actually done is put together a free cheat sheet with the top wholesalers to use to get ungated, and I have personally used those wholesalers myself to get ungated. And what you actually need to do is click on a product which you cannot currently sell and look at the information that is needed. So generally Amazon would ask for an invoice from a wholesaler, and they would ask for a specific quantity such as 10. So I would usually just go slightly above that just to be safe and buy 11 or 12 of those items. Get the invoice and send that invoice into Amazon. You need to ensure that the information on the invoice matches the information on your seller's account, and that is how you can get ungated using wholesalers. So be sure to download the free crib sheet in the description box with the top wholesalers to use to get ungated. Both Priska and Abby ask, what is the best way to find wholesalers? So if you are interested in using wholesaling as a tool to source products for your Amazon business, I would say the best way to go about this is to look at the brand you want to sell first. This could be in any sort of category, but for the moment I'll use toys. So for example, if you're interested in selling Lego, simply put into Google wholesalers for Lego. This will usually bring you to a page on the brand's website where you will be able to get a list of wholesalers, or an email address where you can email them to ask for their list of wholesalers who stock their products. If you are looking for a wholesaler, not just for the ungating process, but actually as a tool to source items for your business, then it is good to be aware that wholesalers can be set up differently. So you will have some wholesalers who will be willing to sell to anybody. You do not have to be a registered company. You can just be an individual person who wants to buy things in bulk. Alternatively, you have the wholesalers who will only sell if you're a limited company and you need to create an account with them, you need to be approved with them, and they actually usually have the best deals because they are selling to companies and they are selling in larger quantities. Therefore, it is good to look around into wholesalers. There are quite a few wholesale directories online, but as I said in my free cheat sheet, I have listed 3 down below which will get you started. So that brings us to the end of the Q&A session. If you found this video useful, be sure to give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'd also be really interested to know what sort of videos you would like to see from me. So if you could pop those down in the description box below, that would be very helpful. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. But take care for now, and I'll see you soon. Cheerio!